Hello everybody, welcome to Spanish with Julio. This is Julio right here. Today I'll be talking about an important class. I want to say thanks to Jamie, a Spanish student who asked me about what is the meaning of seme, where to place it, and basically what is reflexive pronouns. So first of all, I want to ask you all to stay till the end of the video. To be honest, it's going to be a little bit long, maybe 30 or 40 minutes, but it'll be good for you. So at the end of this video, you will be able to use se me, te, nos, and all kind of reflexive pronouns. So um, we also have some exercises so you can practice. And let's just begin. I have to say that I won't talk too much about grammar because I really think that you don't need to learn that much grammar to use reflexive pronouns in Spanish. So here we got objetos, objeto indirecto, and we got pronombres reflexivos, reflexive pronouns. So these are the pronouns yo, tú, usted, él, ella, nosotros, and these are objetos indirectos. And here we got some samples where we can use reflexive pronouns. So here it says, si se me cae el celular, la pantalla se romperá. Then we have number two, si el celular se me cae, la pantalla se romperá. Number three, se romperá la pantalla si el celular se me cae. So what I want you to see right here is that we have se me at the beginning of the sentence. Now in the number two, we have se me at in the middle of the sentence. And in number three, you have se me at the end of the sentence. So you can see that you can use it anywhere except for some sentences where you have to use it at the beginning because if you don't it won't make sense. Here we got él se mudó para Europa ayer. Él se fue porque se le hizo tarde. Él se fue porque se hizo tarde. What I want you to see right here is that here, for example, we have él se mudó para Europa ayer. So here is just se. It doesn't say se me or se nos. It just say se. So this means that se can be alone and it doesn't have to be with me or nos or te all the time. So here we have objeto indirecto. Today I won't be talking about objetos indirectos. I think it's not necessary. I'm going to talk about it in the next video. So what does grammar say about reflexive and pronouns and objetos indirectos? Well, basically grammar says that a reflexive pronoun is when in a sentence you have like an action and that action of the verb goes to the person that is doing it. That is basically our reflexive pronouns. For example, we have right here, me corta las uñas. When you say me corta las uñas, you are saying that me, you are talking about the pronoun I, the yo. So when you say corta, the conjugation of this verb doesn't belong to this pronoun. So the action is not done by this person. It's done by she or he. Está hecha por él o ella. So the nails are getting cut to me, but not from me. It's from she or he. So it's not a reflexive pronoun. But when you say me corto las uñas, this conjugation of this verb refers to this. The action is going to me. I'm sorry, is going to me and is also coming from me. So this is a reflexive pronoun right here. They are uh, they are the same, but this is objeto indirecto and this is pronombre reflexivo. In the same in these examples. So, uh, similitud entre los pronombres reflexivos en inglés y en español. Where there is something important right here. We have se te menos reflexive pronoun in Spanish. You have myself, yourself, himself, reflexive pronoun in English. Now, when you say yo me hablo in Spanish, you can translate it to English and you can say I talk to myself. You can say I talk to myself in English and translate it to Spanish. It's okay. But when you say me despierto in Spanish, you shouldn't translate it to English saying I wake up myself because in English you don't usually say I wake up myself. You could say, but it's not usually. So we don't usually say I wake up myself. We just say I wake up. So what I want to you to see right here is that it's not intelligent. It's not a good option to try to translate uh, reflexive pronoun from English to Spanish or Spanish to English. Why do we have to use se, te, me, le, nos, la, los, and so on? Well, here I got something that, um, according to what I have studied, this is what I think. So, in Spanish, personal pronouns can often be omitted. This is because the conjugation of the verbs can denote which person they refer to without the need to use the corresponding pronoun to the grammatical person. Example, in the sentence you need to rest, the pronoun you cannot be omitted because it would not make sense to say need to rest, since the verb is the same for all grammatical persons except for he, she, and it that you would be needs. You know more than me about that. In Spanish, in the sentence you need to rest, the pronoun to can be omitted, and still the sentence will have coherence and will be grammatically correct, because the conjugation of the verb anyway refers to the omitted pronoun. Example, when you say tú necesitas descansar, this line right here means that you can you can use it, this pronoun, or you can just not use it. So when you say tú necesitas descansar, if you delete this pronoun, if you don't use it, anyway, people will know that you are talking about tú, that you are talking about you, because the conjugation of the verb of this verb only refers to this pronoun tú. So let's see. You have the verb necesitar, to need. When you say necesitas, like you already saw, you are talking about tú. So if you say necesitas descansar, you don't you you, you don't have to say tú necesitas descansar. You can say it, but if you don't, people will anyway understand. When you say yo necesito descansar, it's the same. When you go to the conjugation of the verb, when you say necesito, you say that. When you say necesito, you're talking about yo. So you can use it or not use it. There's no problem with it. So why cannot se, te, mele, nos, and so on be omitted? Well, let's see. Here we have tiene que bañarse. When you say tiene que bañarse, who are we talking about? You are talking about tiene. This is the conjugation for you. So tú, I mean for usted or he or she. So you could let's see. One tip, one tip for you. When the conjugation of he, she, and usted is the same. It's the same form. It's the same conjugation. Here we have tener. So when you say tiene, you are talking about usted, or you are talking about uh, eh, I mean él. Yes, él o ella is the same. Verbs or kind of verbs are going to be the same. The same for usted, él, y ella in simple present tense. So when you say tiene que bañarse, you're talking about usted, él o ella, bañarse. Now when you say tienes que bañar, people won't understand because it was like it would be like again whom do I have to keep the bath because you're just saying that tienes, so you have to keep a bath for whom because it's not saying anything right here. Now when you say tienes que bañarte, it's saying that you serve, tú tienes que bañarte, you have to take a bath for you. So it won't make no sense if you don't have a pronoun right here. So you have to have something right here. Tienes que bañarlo. Now you have to keep a bath to someone, your child, or anyone. Tienes que bañarnos. Now you have to give a bath to us. Tienes que bañarse. This one is not right because you cannot say tienes que bañarse. You have to say tienes que bañarte or tiene usted, ella o él que bañarse. How can I know what specific pronoun or direct objective do I have to use? No, indirect. The objeto indirecto, not direct objective. Objeto indirecto. Do I have to use and where can I place it? Okay, let's see. Here we have a conversation between a mother and his son. And the boy, el niño, dice, dañó la TV. And her mom asks, what? Um, his mom is like, what? Because he just said, dañó la TV. So he is like saying anything. Now the boy say, se dañó la TV. Se dañó la TV. When he say, se dañó la TV, he's saying like, the TV. When he say se, he's also saying the TV is the same. When he said se dañó la TV, he is basically saying that the TV was damaged by itself. Now, his mom said, no, 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 no se dañó. So It was not damaged by itself. No se dañó. Tú la dañaste. So, this, esto reemplaza, or I don't know how to say reemplazar. I don't remember. Reemplaza the third person, la TV. So, no se dañó. Tú la dañaste. It wasn't damaged by itself. Tú la dañaste. Lo siento, mamá. La estuve usando por mucho tiempo y se me dañó. Now he's saying that the TV was damaged uh, by his gas or his fault, um, by his gas, basically. So who is say? Like I say, uh, here we have some sentence, and we say, for example, if I drop my cell phone, the screen will be broken. If you say, if I drop cell phone, the screen will be broken. It won't make no sense because you're missing my. Now I'm not saying that my means say. I'm just saying that if you miss my right here, the sentence won't make any sense. The same thing happens in a lot of sentences in Spanish. If you don't have say, the sentence won't make any sense. Like in this case, we have si se me cae el celular, la pantalla se romperá. Now, if you just say si me cae el celular, la pantalla se romperá, it won't make any sense. You have to have say right here. Now, who is say? When you say if I drop my cell phone, you are saying that cell phone is celular, and you're also saying that cell phone is say. So, say is for the third person, and this is the third person. So, this is very important right here. And it says a trick to know which pronoun to use, how to use it, and where to place it. Okay, let's pay attention to this. Ask observes, I don't know, I don't remember how to pronounce it. You please let me know. Ask observe if who or what we are talking about takes or does an action and for whom it takes it or does it. So it's basically the subject, but I don't want to say the subject because I don't want to talk about grammar right now. And I think it's more clear. It would be less confusing if we say um, who, who or what we are talking about instead of saying the subject. So ask ourselves if who or what we are talking about takes or does an action and for whom it takes it or does it. If the answer is positive, then we proceed to mention the person and immersing that we are talking about, followed by se, te, nos, me, who was, depending on who the person or scene is. Then put the corresponding pronoun of the person and immersing to whom the action is done, if there is any, and then put the predicate or what happened. Note, the pronouns will always be located before the verb. The same in Spanish. Preguntarnos si de quién estamos hablando hace una acción y para quién la hace. Si la respuesta es positiva, entonces procedemos a mencionar la persona, animal o cosa de quien se habla en la oración, seguido de se, te, nos, me, u, os, dependiendo de quién se habla en la oración. Luego se ponemos el pronombre de la persona, animal o cosa a quien se le hace la acción se aplica. Y luego el predicado o lo que aconteció u ocurrió. Aquí tenemos algo importante. We have something very important right here. This is a guide, es una guía donde nos dice en qué orden debemos usar los pronombres. Because, for example, when I was a child, and I think a lot of child does it, I used to say like the ice cream, uh, se me cayó, mano. I used to say like me me se cayó el helado, and that was not right. It's se me cayó el helado. So the way you use se with other pronoun is se, me, te, nos, les, la, los, me, le, les, te, me, nos. So you cannot say, you shouldn't say like me se or te se or no se. It's not right. You should not say le me or les me. So this is a guide. For example, you are making an exercise and you see that you have me se, you have then you will know that that is not right. So this is very important right here. So we are almost finishing. We have some example. Let's see. And remember what we saw the tricks, the rules. So when you say I look at you and my breathing gets cut off, let's let's ask ourselves who are we talking about or what are we talking about? Here we are not talking about I. We are talking about the breathing because if you ask gets cut off, who's getting cut off? The breathing. So we are talking about the breathing. So what did we say? We said that we have to uh, put the name to of who we are talking about or what we are talking about, and then put the corresponding pronoun for that person, and then we have to see if that person or that thing is doing an action for somebody. If it's positive, then you're going to put the pronoun for that somebody. So when you say I look at you and my breathing get cut off, you are saying yo te miro. So we mentioned the subject we are talking about, la respiración, and then we put the corresponding pronoun. What is the corresponding pronoun? Is se, because the breathing is the third person, and the reflexive pronoun for the third person, él o ella, is se. So we put yo te miro y la respiración se. ¿A quién se le corta? From whom is the breathing getting cut off? From I, from me. So you do the other step and put me. Yo te miro y la respiración se me corta. Or you could say, like I show you, yo te miro y se me corta la respiración. So it can be at the end, it can be in the middle, or also at the beginning. Se me corta la respiración cuando yo te miro, or si yo te miro. Uh, but it always have to be behind of the verb. So in the other example we get the verse, el pulso, we get the pulso, the verse accelerated when we touch you. What are we talking about right here? We are talking about the verse that is getting accelerated when we touch you. So we mentioned the verse, we mentioned the who or what are we talking about? El pulso, and then you put the corresponding pronoun. What is the corresponding pronoun? Is se. Is se. Like I said, se is for the third person. So el pulso se, who is getting accelerated for? Is getting accelerated for we. So what is the pronoun for we? Para nosotros. Is nos. Uh, basically, the second pronoun will be el objeto indirecto, and the first one will be the reflexive pronoun. So you put it, even though it's the same, you are basically putting this one out in the second part. So where was I? El pulso se, the third person, el pulso se, ¿a quién? A nosotros. We. El pulso se nos acelera cuando te tocamos. This yellow marker right here is like for emphasize to emphasize that the action is going to this person, so you can know that you have to use two pronouns. It's just to emphasize because, like I said, we cannot translate it to Spanish, we cannot translate it to English. So when you see the yellow part, you'll see that I'm just trying to emphasize that the action is going to this person, and that you have to use two pronouns. So my birds get accelerated when I touch you. This one was for we, and this one now is for me. So now you say me, my purse. You're talking about what? We're talking about my purse. So we put my purse, mi pulso. What is the corresponding pronoun? Say for whom is getting accelerated now? Is getting accelerated for us? No, is because it said my. So we're talking about me. So the corresponding pronoun for I is from I for I. I'm sorry, is me. Let's see, is me. It's the same word right here. So mi pulso se me acelera cuando te toco. My eyes. Now we say my eyes. Who are we talking about here? My eyes get closed when I look at the sun. He's talking about my eyes. Who is my eyes? My eyes is the third person. And said is the corresponding pronoun. You can see it right there. Say is the corresponding pronoun for my eyes, for ellos or ellas, they. So mis ojos, who are they getting close for me? Because they are my eyes. So se me cierran cuando miro el sol or cuando yo miro el sol. Okay, let's hurry up. So the video don't get too long. Don't get too long. Our hair gets wet when it rains. Who or what are we talking about? We're talking about our hair. So nuestro cabello, what? Se, the corresponding pronoun for the third person. ¿A quién? A nosotros. Se nos moja cuando llueve. Now we have another case where you don't have se, and you have other pronouns. You will leave when you get married. You will leave when you get married. Tú, or just te irás cuando te cases. Because right here is not talking. It's just we are talking about you, and he's not making a nation to anybody. So just one basically. Tú te, because it's not saying te me, it's just saying te. Or te les, it's just saying te. Tú te irás cuando te cases. You will leave your parents when you get married. Now he's making an action and he's doing it for somebody because you will leave. Who are we talking about? We are talking about you. So tú, and we put the corresponding pronoun te, who is getting or who is leaving for or from your parents. So tú te les. Les is the corresponding pronoun for ellos or ellas. I said that se is the corresponding pronoun pronoun, I'm sorry, for they. But remember that I told you that when you have one pronoun, you have to put the second one for um, seeing that los objetos indirectos, no el pronombre reflexivo. El segundo viene de los objetos indirectos y no del pronombre reflexivo. Por eso no puedes poner en la segunda parte se, sino les, porque ya pusiste el primero te, que es el pronombre reflexivo. Entonces en el segundo va les. Tú te les irá. Tú te les irá a tu padre cuando te case. Is that understood? So, tú te les irás a tu padre cuando te case. I will go from you when you get married. Who are we talking about right here? I will go from you when you get married. We are talking about we are talking about Joe. And the action is going from who? I will go from you. It's going from you. And why is yellow? Because I want you to see something right here. We said that we are talking about Joe. So the first pronoun would be me, but not in this case. Because if you see the guide, la guía que yo hice, you cannot use me te iré cuando me case. It's not right. In this case, you have to say te me iré cuando te case. Even though we are talking about I, you cannot say me te iré. It's not right. You have to say te me iré cuando me case. So keep that in mind. Now we have some samples with solo un pronombre. Your dog escape. Who are we talking about? We're talking about the dog, your dog. What? So tu perro, we put the corresponding pronoun. I'm just saying like pronoun. It's pronoun. I'm sorry. Tu perro. Uh, what is the corresponding pronoun? Se. What did he do? Se escapó. He escaped. So tu perro se escapó. He is not escaping from anybody, so he's just said. So just one pronoun. Tu perro se escapó. Now when we say we get, um, did I do this one already? Okay. My purse, my purse get so I don't know. Let me see something. Okay. My purse get accelerated when I touch you. Mi pulso se acelera cuando te toco. Okay. I said I think I talked about that. So in this case we have the actor of the X movie, any movie, died. So el actor de la película X se murió. The action is not going to anybody. El actor de la película X se murió. Or se murió el actor de la película X. Or just murió el actor de la película X. Now what I want you to see right here is that when we have she is gone, you could say ella se fue. But when you say ella fue, um, people won't understand what you are saying because people will be like, ella fue para dónde? So it's not like this verb morir. You say murió el actor de la película, and people know what you are saying, but you just cannot say like ella fue. You have to say ella se fue. So exercise number 1. We are almost finishing. I want you to make these exercises, and I'm going to count to 3. You can pause the video, puedes pausarlo y verificar si la respuesta está correcta. Ya yo tengo la respuesta aquí. Cuando cuente a 3, se la mostraré. Uno, dos, tres. The answer is, tu perro se te escapó. Who are we talking about? We're talking about the dog. The corresponding pronoun is se, and he escaped from who? The action is going for, from who or to who? It's going to you. So, tu perro, the second one, se te escapó. Your dog Your dog escaped from you. Now I'm going to count to three. One, two. Remember that he said your dog is talking about the third person, and he said your dogs is talking about the third person, but in plural. So what is the answer? Tus perros se te escaparon. It's the same. It's the same. Our dogs escaped from us. Nuestros perros. Okay, let's see. One, two, three. I think I don't have to explain anymore. You just can compare if they are good or not. Guys, I want you to let me know, please, if you understood what I have explained, and if you have any question, please let me know. Oh, those ones were done already. So I want you to please make these exercises and let me know in the comments um, how you did it. So make it and let it in the comments, please, so I can see if you understand, if you understood, or and I have to explain again. But I know you are very intelligent, so and it's not that easy. I think it is. It's easy, so I'm pretty sure that all of you can handle it. So we are finishing, but first of all, first before uh, before I leave, I want you to see something important right here. We have a little conversation between Ana and Maria, and Ana says, "Creo que a mi hijo se me le robaron el videojuego porque no lo veo usándolo." And Maria says, "Quizás se lo prestó a algún amigo." So what I want you to see right here is that we have se me le, creo que a mi hijo se me le robaron el videojuego. Now, what I want you to see here is that we have three pronouns, and here that we have se lo, and we didn't see it before, se lo, and we didn't see three pronouns. So we are going to talk about this in the next video. Here is the objetos, los objetos directos, no indirectos, los objetos directos. So I'm speaking a little slow because it's very too late right now, and that's why. So that was all for today. Choose peace, choose love. Elijas paz, elija amor. Bye bye.